Hello and welcome to A Cat in the Garden. This is a video that I feel like a lot of you have been asking for a while, and it's all about my sweet babies. All three of my cats, they're all going to make appearances, and I'm just going to be answering your questions about them. I obviously just have Nutmeg here right now, but they're all in the plant room with me. I have bribed them into staying in the plant room. I have lots of treats. I have Nutmeg's favorite catnip. Saffron likes it too, but Nutmeg really goes crazy for this stuff. And of course, I have some cat toys. You want to show them how crazy you get? You want to show them? Okay. He absolutely loves catnip. It is his favorite thing. I'm honestly thinking for his birthday, I might get him more because this is a little old, but he loves it. He did just get some earlier from his daddy, but oh yeah, this is what he does. There are actually little teeth marks all over the vial because he wants it so badly, but you just ate some, so I'm not gonna let you eat it right now. Your daddy gave you a little too much. So that is what I have bribed them with. They're really good boys and girls though. They are just the sweetest babies in the entire world. So we'll get through all of these questions. A lot of them were tailored to all three of the cats, which I love because they all are so unique. They have so much different personalities. They have different stories, and they're all just different characters in their own right. And I love them all so much. And we'll just start with the first question that I got, and that is how I got each one of these. How did they join my family? And it's so sweet to think about how I got each one of my babies. I'll start with Nutmeg because he's right here. He's not the oldest one. He is about to be 4 next month. I can't believe it. He's still just a baby to me. But I got him in 2020. So my mom, for context, was a cat breeder for 20 years, and he was in one of her litters. He is a purebred snowshoe. Nutmeg and Luna are both purebreds, and I had been living with my now husband for a year and a half at that point, and we had 2 cats, Magic and Luna. Magic was getting older, and I just casually mentioned a few times that I would love another cat, and I was at my parents' for Thanksgiving, and they had just been born. I think he was 3 weeks old. I actually have a little video of me watching the parade with him on Thanksgiving. He was so cute. And I was just saying to my husband, this kitten is so friendly. He was so sweet. He was so friendly. And he would, with his little paws, he would just grab my fingers and hold on in the cage, because obviously to keep them safe, they have to be in a cage when they're itty bitty babies. So my husband, I was on FaceTime because he was in a different state at the time, and he said, well, do you want one? And I was like, don't be joking with me right now, because I always say I'm such a sucker. I'd pick up any animal off the street and be like, you're mine now, especially cats. I love cats so much. He was like, do you want one of these? I was like, yeah. So we decided we were gonna take Nutmeg. My mom gave him to us, and we took him home December 28th because we went to my husband's family in Connecticut for Christmas. So we stopped at my mom's house on the way home, and we took little Nutty home, and we named him Nutmeg because nutmeg is sort of a Christmassy spice. He was a Christmas present to me, and Connecticut is called the Nutmeg State, so it just all sort of made sense. And of course, he ended up having the nuttiest personality in the world. He really duped us at first by being so sweet when he was an insane kitten. He drove his big brother and sister crazy. Yeah, you did that. He drove them crazy. He has since mellowed out a lot, and he is a little nutty, but he is also the sweetest boy, especially to me. So that is how I got Mr. Nutmeg here. A little sidebar about Nutmeg. He is actually really smart. He knows what I want him to do for the treat. I have his favorite treat. This is turkey liver. Come on, go back. Come on, sit. All right, come and get it. Oh, you're cheating. Come on, sit. Okay, come get. There we go.
What a good boy.
Next is my girl Luna. She is the oldest cat here. She is about to be 11 years old. And she also is a purebred snowshoe. So she was actually one of my mom's breeding snowshoes for about 6 years. And then she developed a heart murmur. So my mom spayed her a little early. Typically moms can go up until about 8 years old. My mom only bred them once a year, was really good about not overbreeding them, but because she developed that heart murmur, to keep her safe, she was just spayed, and the heart murmur went away immediately. So she's perfectly fine, and she's so lazy too. Like, she's fine. But I decided that I was going to take her, and my mom basically didn't object because she got along really well with Magic, who was my first cat. Magic was really lonely being an only cat. He was so bonded to me, but he just became lonely whenever I would leave for long days, whether that be in school or in work after college. So I decided after college I was gonna take Luna. Magic and her had the closest bond. They were truly best friends, and they were inseparable until the day that he died. She was with him until his last day. So that is how I came to have Luna. Her personality also really shined in my environment. She is not a dominant cat at all. Magic was very dominant. Nutmeg is very dominant. She has no interest in being the top of the pecking order. If you have multiple pets, you've probably seen how they sort of have a structure of a pecking order. She always wants to be at the bottom, and in my mom's house that had more cats, obviously, because she was a breeder, she always would just be the last one. She would never really come up for pets. She wouldn't go play with anything. She was always in the background, and being in a house where she's only ever been with 1 or 2 other cats, she's really let her personality shine, and she's just felt a lot more comfortable. So she is living the best life here, and I'm so happy my mom let me have her. I just love her so much, and everybody that comes over loves her too. So that is Luna's story. And that leaves Miss Saffy Fron. Now, I did do a whole video about when I got her, which is almost a year ago now. I brought her home on either November 17th or 18th of last year. And just a quick summary, after Magic passed away last June, I took a few months to really process the grief, and then finally around October, November, I was ready to welcome another cat into our household. And I knew that one of the local plant shops, Tillery Street Plant Company, had feral cats that had kittens from time to time. And I remember seeing Saffron's sister, Spicy Mayo, there, and she was super sweet. So I asked if they had any kittens that were available for me to take home. They said they had Saffron, her name was Honey Mustard at the time. Spicy Mayo just became like a shop mascot, and they didn't want to give her up, which is totally understandable. And then she had another sister, I think her name is Burl, who lives there as well. But they said if I could catch Saffron, I could take her home. And no cost either, which was, I was willing to pay for her, but they're like, no, thank you for taking her. And it was kind of crazy once we got there. She was so shy. And it took us until after the shop closed to be able to get her. We had to basically trap her in the gift shop. And once she was trapped in there, she actually came right up to me. We quickly got her in the crate and we took her home. And I really think that has been the best thing for Saffron because she's really thrived here. Her personality came out as soon as we got home. She is not shy. She was all over us. And she really loves this hybrid life of mostly being an indoor cat and being able to go outside when I let her and when she wants. Whenever it's too hot, she comes inside. Whenever it's too cold, she comes inside. And she's just living her best life here. I cannot imagine what I would do without my sweet Saffy girl now. I love having her in our little household, and you guys really seem to like her too. She has been becoming a little bit of a mascot here, which I love. She's just the best girl. I know. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Another question I got is if I grow any sort of cat grass or oats for them. I don't. I just don't really feel the need because Nutmeg especially, and you actually, they're both really bad at this. They eat grass outside. I hate that they do it because they throw up immediately after, but they do. They eat grass outside. It's so ridiculous. I can't get them to stop ever. They do also love catnip, and when I lived with my mom growing up in Pennsylvania, she grew a lot of catnip. I don't grow it here because it is such a weed. It self-seeds so quickly and it becomes really uncontrollable. Bees love it. It's a great pollinator, but it's just not something that I really have an interest growing in this house that I am not going to live in forever. So I do not grow anything for the cats, unfortunately, right now, but I do know they would probably really enjoy it if I grew catnip for them. Okay, the next question I got was, what was the funniest thing that each one of these sweet babies does? And I'm gonna start with Luna because she does something that is completely ridiculous and it drives me and my husband crazy. It is the only misbehaving thing she does. She is a sweet angel baby. She can do no wrong. Like, she is truly the sweetest cat, but she loves plastic and she loves tape. And if there is a plastic bag, if there is plastic film, if there is tape from the edge of a box that we've left out, she will chew on it, and it makes the most annoying sound. It drives us crazy, especially when she does it in the middle of the night when we're trying to sleep. So anything that's plastic, we have to get out of the way. If we get a box of something, we have to unbox it immediately. Otherwise, she's a fiend. I don't know why, but she loves it. She also loves when I come home from the gym and I'm sweaty, and she loves licking the sweat off of my body. And I hate it. I do hate that too. So that is the funniest thing my sweet Luna does. Nutmeg, on the other hand, is difficult because he is so freaking smart. I have never owned a cat as smart as Nutmeg. Magic was really emotionally intelligent, but Nutmeg is a genius. He truly is the smartest pet I've ever seen, but he does do a lot of funny things. There are a lot of things that he's learned, so he knows a lot of words. He knows outside, he knows if we're going out front, if we're going out back, if we're going in the garage. But one funny thing that he does is he is obsessed with hair ties. They are his favorite toy in the whole world, and he gets this thing where he fixates. If he wants something, he will fixate on it. He used to fixate on going outside, but we go outside almost every day, so he knows that he's going to be going outside at some point. So he doesn't fixate on that too much anymore, but he fixates on hair ties. He remembers every place that I've ever put a hair tie in my life. I used to, before I had him, I used to leave hair ties everywhere. I used to put them in my makeup bag, and I couldn't do that once I got Nutmeg. I have to keep them in a drawer in my bathroom for him, and he gets supervised hair tie playtime whenever I'm showering or getting ready for bed, doors shut so that I can keep an eye on the hair tie at all times, because if you let these guys eat a hair tie, that is a very expensive vet bill because they cannot digest it. So that is probably the funniest thing Nutmeg does. Now, Miss Saffy is a pretty goofy cat overall, but the funniest thing that she does is just her meow. She has different levels of the meow. So she's just a very vocal, high-pitched cat in general, so she'll always talk, say hi and whatnot. But if she needs something, she has a specific meow. If she wants something, she has a specific meow. And then sometimes she's just meowing to hear the sound of her own voice, and it gets pretty annoying. And that's when I tell her to stop. I'm like, come on, girly. You don't need to be meowing that much right now. So she's very funny. She'll really get full of herself and just start meowing up a storm, and she'll walk all around the couch because she will not. This is another funny thing she does actually. She hates our couch and she's afraid of our bed. So she doesn't really go on them. She's getting better with the couch. She'll sit on the edges of it and of the arms now, but she does not like to just hang out on the couch with us, and she cannot stand being on the bed. I really don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with her being feral before. She just didn't know what those things were, but those are some funny things that she does because she's just a funny girl. Another really good question we got was how they all adjusted to the plant life. And I think it was pretty easy for them. Obviously, I had Luna long before I got into houseplants. Nutmeg, I got just as my plant journey was starting to kick off past basic houseplants. And Saffron was born at a plant nursery, so she was very used to having plants around her. Nutmeg and Luna were fine. They've never had any interest in the plants at all. Nutmeg loves sniffing Hoya blooms. He is a flower guy. He loves flowers outside and he loves flowers inside. So he's really good with that. He's also been plant shopping with me on many occasions and he's just a good boy. He's just a good boy. Saffron, on the other hand, the one adjustment that she had was that she liked to poop in the plants. So I only had a couple plants that were big enough for her to poop in. So I just covered that part of the plant, like I covered the top of it with plastic saucers and things until she grew out of that. Now they're fine. Occasionally the cats will be playing, especially when Nutmeg and Saffy were kittens. They would knock plants over. Every animal does that, dog, cat, even kids. So that's what would happen for the most part. But other than that, they're pretty well adjusted to plant life. I feel like I've answered this in bits throughout the video, but I did get a question just sort of asking about their personalities, and I'm happy to go over that again in more detail. I'll start with Luna. She is the oldest, she is the calmest, she's the most demure. She's such a sweetheart. She truly doesn't have a brain cell. She is dumb as rocks, but she is so sweet. And she's the kind of cat that greets all of our guests when they come. She loves hanging out with new people and she is super friendly. She doesn't really play a lot. She doesn't really move a lot. She sleeps almost all day, but when she is awake, she's just the sweetest girl on the planet. I'll just hold her while I talk about the other two because Saffy's busy eating treats and Nutmeg is longing to go outside at the moment. Nutmeg is highly intelligent. His personality is a bit more aloof if you're not me. So Nutmeg is a one-person cat. He really just loves his mommy. And I'm fine with that. Magic was like that too. He loved me so much and I'm like, oh yay. My husband is very sad about it, but Luna's obsessed with her daddy, so he's fine. Nutmeg is highly intelligent. He will pick up anything within minutes. He has 3 puzzles that he's mastered now. I need to buy him a 4th one. He loves going outside. He has almost caught birds with no experience. He has never been an outdoor cat. He is just so smart. He knows very complex things. He can put things together that I've never seen a cat do before. He knows lots of words. He taught himself how to sit for treats because when I had him, we first brought him home as a kitten, Magic knew how to sit for treats. That was a trick that I taught him. He watched his big brother do it one time and I've never had to ask him really to sit for a treat. He just does it. He is so smart, and then I've been teaching him to go up for the treat and I'm trying to one day teach him to jump for it. He is a special cat, truly. And I can't say enough about him. Unfortunately, you really just have to be me to see that coming out of him. He will not do a lot of these things for anyone else. He will manipulate his daddy if he wants something. So if he wants to go outside, if he wants treats, he will be manipulative if he wants a hair tie. But other than that, he really just shows that personality most around me. He is friendly around other people and he loves kids, but he's mostly like that with me. Lastly is Saffron, and she's just a crazy girl. I don't know what's going on inside of her head. She is so chaotic, but she is super sweet. She can be a bit needy. She really likes to have attention for most of the day. She has very quirky, like I said before, she will not go on the couch, she won't go on our bed. She has her certain spots that she likes, and she does like to spend most of her time in this room, in the plant room. It is warmer in here. We have a floor to ceiling window. I have a nice couch in here that is a little firmer, so she does like this couch. And she just, I think because she was born at a plant nursery, she really likes being around the plants. It's very familiar to her. So she's just a quirky girl. She is super chatty. She has a lot to say about everything. She, I feel like, is the exact opposite of Luna, except for the fact that she is a sweetheart. She truly is. She does not know how to function if my husband and I are not here. So when we go on a trip, we have people come watch the cats, obviously, and she hides. She is so afraid of anyone that is not near him. She's also been really good around my dad, who visited me last year, who visited me this year. So I don't know why. I mean, my dad's great, but she just really cannot function without me or her daddy, which is really cute, but I'm trying to get her to slowly warm up to other people. She's actually made great strides with my friend's baby. They come over once every week or two, and she actually let him pet her last night for the first time, and he is 15 months old now, and he's been coming over quite a lot, and she finally let him come up. He's running now, so he like runs up and pets her, and it was the cutest thing ever. So that's pretty much their personalities in a nutshell. I feel like you guys see Nutmeg and Saffron's personalities a lot on camera, but I guess it's a little bit more information about Luna. Finally, we got a 3-part question about the kitties, and I love this. So the first part is, do they sleep in our bed? Saffron does not, because she's afraid of the bed, but Nutmeg and Luna do every night. They love to cuddle. They don't cuddle traditionally. When I had Magic, he would cuddle in my arms every single night. We were bonded, so he really just we were bonded when I was a child. So he really just felt the need to cuddle with me, and he would be very upset if he didn't cuddle with me every single night. Nutmeg likes to cuddle, but he likes to face the door because he's very protective of me. So he likes to make sure that he knows what's going on at all times. Luna will cuddle with me, she'll cuddle with my husband, she'll sleep on my stomach, she'll go under the covers. She can't make up her mind, but she does love to be with us at night. And if we have guests that come over, she will cuddle with them. Nutmeg will go say hi, and then he'll come back and cuddle with me. It's very cute. But that's kind of what they do when it comes to bedtime. The next part is, why did we name them the way that we did? Luna, actually, she was a purebred breeding cat, so her official name is Luna Lovegood. I named her actually long before I knew she'd ever be my cat, but I named a lot of the cats that were in my mom's house. She was named after the Harry Potter character. Luna Lovegood will always be my favorite Harry Potter character. I relate to her so much. I feel like I was a little bit socially awkward as a kid. I still can be pretty introverted, so I just loved her. I loved her relationship with the Thestrals in the Harry Potter movies, and I just thought that it worked for Luna. And this was before Luna became such a popular pet name, so I like to think that I started that trend. I didn't just name her that because it was trendy. It was not trendy at the time, but that's how she got her name. Nutmeg, I did explain his name a bit, is because he was a Christmas present to me, and because Connecticut is the nutmeg state, so we just thought it worked, and his personality is very nutty, so I think it worked out. He almost was Thunder. I don't think it would have fit, but because he was kind of a big boy, his name almost was Thunder, but I'm glad it wasn't. And then of course, my Saffy girl, I wanted to keep the trend of naming cats after spices, and she had some red on her, so I wanted to name her Saffron. It really is more of a cream tabby. I know that's technical cat world stuff, but cream tabby is like a red tabby, so we named her Saffron. I did like Honey Mustard a bit. I thought it was very cute. That was her original name. We did seriously consider naming her Honey. I thought that would have worked sort of with food, but I call every cat Honey sometimes, so I think it would have gotten a bit confusing. So that's why her name is Saffron. The last part of the 3-part question is, what sort of relationship do all of the cats have with each other? And this is a great question because dynamics with cats can vary so much. When I had Magic, all 3 of them were peas in a pod, cuddling together all of the time, especially Magic and Luna. They truly were best friends, and it does make me really sad that Luna has lost her best friend. But she is very well bonded to Nutmeg as well. So Luna and Nutmeg spend a lot of time together. They spend a lot of time together when they're cuddling. So Luna doesn't play a lot, so they just don't really have that sort of relationship. Nutmeg and Saffron, on the other hand, because they're both younger cats, they play a lot. Saffron really doesn't cuddle with either of the other cats, so a lot of her relationship with Nutmeg is playing. They have a riot every single day. These cats are getting zoomies, they're playing with each other, having a great time. They go outside together and they're constantly just sniffing each other, saying hi, running around the yard. So that's sort of the dynamic with them. Saffron and Luna, unfortunately, don't really have that much of a relationship. I think because Luna was almost 10 when I got Saffron. She's just a bit older. She's in a different place in life and they just don't have a super close relationship. Recently, Luna has been back in the plant room a lot more. She stopped coming in here a lot after Magic passed away, but I have seen them laying down close to each other on the couch in here. So I'm really hoping that they are starting to build a relationship because truthfully, they really just haven't interacted much in the almost year that Saffron has been here. It hasn't been negative at all. They just haven't been interacting. I think that is going to start to increase with Luna coming back in here, and I'm really hoping soon I'll see them cuddle together. But for now, they just have a very amicable relationship. Everybody eats breakfast together every single morning, so nobody doesn't get along really. They just aren't as close as Luna and Nutmeg are. Before we go, I figured I would take Nutmeg and Saffron outside to show you all because they love to do that. It's one of their favorite things. And if you can't hear her, Saffron is itching to get out of here. So we'll just go outside and let them have a little bit of fun.
You wanna go outside? This is what I mean by my chatty girl. I know, you love outside, don't you? Not far behind, but he's not quite as obnoxious as she is. You wanna go out? Ready? Okay. There she goes. Luna does not come outside with us. She is not an outdoor cat, and she knows it, and that's okay. Just these two, but he really is the best one out here. Hey. Oh, good girl.
All right, so that is it for this video today. It's almost dinner time, so I think we're getting ready to head back inside. But I hope you feel like you learned a little bit more about my kitties today. They are the mascots of this channel. They are the perfect companions, and truly, I think they're some of my best friends. I love each one of them so much. Nutmeg is really fixated on his sister over there, which I think is really cute, but he's very fixated. If you like this video, make sure to give Nutty and I here a thumbs up down below and subscribe so you don't miss anything from us here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.